Well, first up, Tony, congratulations to the team, coaching staff, and all concerned with New Zealand Rugby League. It must be a happy night for you.
Yeah, it is a happy night. It's sort of, it's I suppose an accumulation of some very good work that's gone on over the last 12 months. It's very, very, very good for our game back in New Zealand to get this win tonight.
I know you didn't play to lose last week, but the loss didn't do you any harm coming into tonight's match, did it? It really, spurred you on. Yeah,
well, it did. I suppose you don't really want to come into the final too confident. And there was an era of that in the game at Eden Park, and rightly so. We got our asses smacked by the Aussies, and we prepared really well this week. And when the boys are in the right frame of mind, as they show tonight, they can hang in there with the Aussie teams now and get the win.
Yeah, I guess the fact that over the last 5 or 6 years, all those guys are playing in the NRL. There's no great mystery for them, is there?
No, well, there isn't. We're not lacking talent anymore. We could have said that probably a decade ago, but we've got the team now to win games, and like they showed tonight, they hung in there for the 80 minutes and didn't get the bounce of the ball for most of the game, but right on the stroke of full time, they got the win.
I think that was the very question I had here, that if you're able to hang in right till the last play of the match and snatch a win, that's important, isn't it?
Well, it is important too, because it builds confidence. You've got to look at Australian sides. They don't get put under that much pressure. When they play, and they generally blow teams off the pitch early on. But we hung in there for the full 80 minutes, and like we did in the World Cup, we got a result.
I spoke to Stephen in there before, and I asked him about a bit of frustration around the messy ruck area, whether it was a disadvantage. But he seemed to think it was he was just disappointed with the slow ruck too.
Well, it is. I suppose you got Tony Archer that's used to refereeing 2 refs too. So. The international rules, I suppose, need to come up to speed. If you're having 2 referees in what's arguably the best game in the world in the NRL, well, you need 2 refs of the international game.
Highlighted tonight, didn't it? To show what 2 refs can do in a match.
Well, look, I don't know how long it's going to be around the NRL. There's talk that they're going to throw it out. So either stick with 1 ref or have 2 refs. It's pretty simple.
I just want to talk about your forwards tonight, the guys that stood up, and they all stood up. But I was looking at Jeremy Smith, Greg Eastwood played wonderful football in that first half, and you stayed in the game. And they come back in the second half, and I thought they were 2 strong players, as well as all your pack was.
Well, we knew if we matched them in the middle of the park that we'd go all right. We struggled in Eden Park, and they got too many good easy yards against us. And of course, you got halfbacks like Cooper Cronk and Darren Lockyer and Todd Carney rolling off the back of it. So it was really important that we established a strong middle. And I think Greg Eastwood, for me, has been probably the player of the tournament. He's come into this competition. He's looking really good. But he's just been playing very well in the middle too. So Ben Matalino's been outstanding. Jeremy Smithy, I can't speak volumes for that bloke. Been a great leader of the side. He's an unspoken hero, a captain without having the C next to his name. So, he just plays the game tough, mate. I'll tell you what he would have done, Jeremy Smith, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, he would have been right at home.
Yeah. The guy that I was very impressed with tonight, he came into the squad when you lost Mano on the wing, but the spirit, he had a fantastic... He put under pressure in that first half. Kept his cool, and the second half, under a high ball, he was brilliant.
Well, I don't know if you could tell me who's probably been the 3 better wingers in the competition this year. Manu Vatuvei's obviously number 1. Sammy Perrett's had an outstanding year for the Roosters. And Jason Nightingale's just, to push Sammy Perrett out of his spot in the first early test, just goes to show you how well he was going too. So we all knew when the selectors were getting together and naming, those 3 at the back. And of course, Sean Kenny-Dowell's had a great season. Junior Sal always steps up in the black jersey. That our back 5, along with Lance Ohio, could really do a job.
It's funny how rugby league levels itself out. First half, 6 all, but 2 tries in that first half could easily been pulled back because he had the guy put his foot out here, obviously. And then, maybe a forward pass up there, so it all evened itself out, didn't it?
Yeah, it does, and you've got to roll with the punches, I suppose, in test match football or finals football. You could easily let it niggle you and get to you, but there's a character in this side, and not only this side, but with this bunch of blokes. The average age is 24. A couple of them have been to a World Cup, but there's a lot of good young blokes coming through, getting some really good lessons from the likes of Jeremy Smith, Benji Marshall. You throw in Simon Mannery now, who's sort of getting to the peak of his career, and these young blokes are just following through. So they didn't let it affect them. And as you saw, we were finishing the stronger.
what does this do? I mean, you're very involved with in New Zealand football. What does it do right through from the top level in New Zealand down to grassroots? What does this win do?
Well, basically that's what I'm in charge of. I'm in charge of grassroots right through to high performance. Like I said right at the beginning of the interview, it's an accumulation of 12 months' work that we've put in there. What it does in a nutshell is it shows the public back home that saw this game tonight that we are on a steep incline. We're heading in the right direction. Our juniors competed very well against the junior Kangaroos. And our senior side now has put to bed the myth that they can't compete against Australia. You know, people wrote us off again after the game against Australia at Eden Park last week, but to do and get the win the way that they did, you know, they play for 80 minutes. And when the public back home can see that, we're going to get a lot more kids want to play the game.
I guess there's no argument. I mean, you won the World Cup a couple of years ago, now you've come here and won this, so it's simple, isn't it? New Zealand are the best side in the world.
Well, I won't take that tag away. We've got both cups in our cabinet.
Yeah, good on you.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thanks.